The old, the new, and the deadly. This is the Persuaders season 1 because there is only one season, and we're going to review this awesome episode using my space system. Story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best. Let's give the storyline a 1.5. I would have given this a 2, but we're in the mistaken identity once again. This one, however, though, is way more complicated and there's a lot of intricacies. So I'm so close to giving it a 2 anyways, but I just can't. There's just too many of these mistaken identities in this show. This just should have been called the imitators or the I don't know, the mistaken identityers instead of the persuaders. So what happens is that this girl married, she's just got married to this rich husband. They're at this hotel. Danny knows her. He happens to be at this hotel. He comes to greet her as the paparazzi are kind of taking photographs. He bumps into this guy who drops this bird statue, and Danny picks it up to hand it back to the guy, and that's as photographers are taking pictures. So it actually looks like Danny's holding on to this bird, and it's his. And then we cut to the villains. We're going to get to the characters momentarily. We cut to the villains, and the villains want this bird back because it was actually his. So the main bad guy, played by Patrick Troughton, and we're going to talk about the characters when we get there. He's the bad guy, and he used to work hand in hand with Hitler. And Hitler personally signed this to him for helping betray France. And it turns out that the girl's father was accused of betraying France, and she's been carrying this kind of, tarnished legacy on her family's name or whatever. And she wants to clear her name. So the guy's got this bird saying, hey, he's calling her saying, hey, listen, I've got this bird. If you pay me some money, I will give you this evidence and that'll clear your family's name. But in the meantime, Patrick Troughton wants the bird back and he thinks Danny has it. So he sends guys to kill him. So the storyline is really pretty good, and it actually gets very complicated, and there's a lot of intricacies, but I'm giving it 1.5 because it really mistaken identity again. I'm so close to giving it a 2, though. I don't know. I want to give it a 2. I'll give it 1.5. Yeah, I just can't. There's too many of these mistaken identity things in this show. The pacing, I'm going to give the pacing a 1.5. There's actually a lot of tension going on because they keep trying to attack Danny and they send different assassins and he has to get out of it. And there's a lot of cool stuff the way he gets out of it. And it's really made funnier with the two of them doing all these little great things where it's Brett is trying to go to sleep and then Danny gets attacked and then he goes to wake up and then he fights and then he inadvertently hits Danny and stuff. And there's all this fun stuff. Really makes it good. It's a little bit, just a tiny bit, it could have been cut a little quicker. They send this one assassin, he obviously fails, then they get this other guy, and they really should have just got this guy from the beginning because he was great. So I feel like it could have been a little bit quicker, and there's some misunderstandings with the girl and Danny, and he keeps the husband sees him in weird situations, and it's a little bit of a Three's Company kind of a thing, and it's a bit hokey, but it's all part of the fun, I guess, of Persuaders. But otherwise, it's really damn good. The artistry, I'm going to give this a 2. There's a lot of locations. There's some night shots. There's a lot of fights, a lot of stunts. And Tony Curtis really does a lot of stunt work throughout this entire series. He may have done all of his own stunts for the entire series. I don't know for sure. This set that I have is very comprehensive and it has a lot of things. So I'm going to try to go through them. But I cannot tell his stunt double, at least in this episode. I'm starting to actually look now to see because some of this stuff is crazy. He's being thrown around like crazy, punching guys, getting knocked over, thrown into walls and stuff. And you're like, okay, that looks pretty good. I'm not sure if Roger Moore does all of his own stunts. He looks like he does quite a few of them as well. But man, Tony Curtis is pretty awesome. There's a lot of great fights here, and they go to a lot of different locations as well to uncover this mystery, so it's really shot nicely. The characters is a big time, super 2 out of 2. First of all, the two leads are on fire here. They're making fun of each other like left, right, and center. So many great one-liners. Even when they first meet and they're kind of insulting each other, he's like, "Are you done? Are you done insulting me? Can we go now?" "Yeah, okay, we can go." It's just together, they play so well together in this episode, because Brett's trying to protect Danny, and then there's a girl that calls him Sin, like, because he's Brett Sinclair. She's like, "Oh, Sin, how are you?" And then the guy, he's like, "No, she's not saying Sin. That's short for Sinclair." Great stuff there. But let's talk. And there's an assassin character, and we've seen this guy before. I'm sure I've seen him in the Avengers TV show. He must have been in Doctor Who or something. Like, he's definitely been. As soon as you see these British actors in one show, you can just tell that they've been in many shows. So I guarantee you this guy's been in all over the place. Very recognizable character actor. But Patrick Troughton, the second Doctor, a great Doctor. Some people think he's one of the best Doctors or the best Doctors. Definitely. Without him, without William Hartnell, we wouldn't have Doctor Who, obviously. But without Patrick Troughton, we wouldn't have it today. Casting that second Doctor to replace, a legend, William Hartnell. I love William Hartnell. I love those Doctor Who episodes. To replace him it's difficult, and to have Patrick Troughton come in and really change this character up and kind of get this idea that each Doctor is going to be unique really kind of started with him. And there's a few episodes. There's one story in Doctor Who where he plays the bad guy, and he does it great. And here he's the heavy. And he's absolutely incredible. He is like, there's something about him being on the side of Hitler is going to make him an obvious bad guy. Somehow you still kind of feel bad for him in a weird way. It's just the way Patrick Troughton plays this character. He's absolutely a genius. Gotta be. I don't know if he's underrated, because I think everyone thinks he's great. Underrated is people don't realize how great he is, but I think people do realize how great he is, so he's not underrated. He definitely deserves whatever reputation he has. If it's positive, he deserves it. And if not, then he's underrated. He's great in this episode. The enjoyment factor is a 2. I absolutely love this one. This is a 9 out of 10. You can call it a 10. We can call it a spiritual 10. I'm nitpicking here just to give it a 9, but you may as well just say it's a 10 out of 10, to be honest with you, and you can throw my system out the window and just say, look, this is a 10 out of 10, it's a great episode. It just, in my personal opinion, I don't like this mistaken identity thing. I wish they would have figured out some other way. I guess there was no other way to really do this story. So that's a little bit of a ding, and it could have been a little bit quicker. It just got slightly repetitive, but still an amazing episode. So this video went a little bit too long, but I just wanted to talk about how awesome Patrick Troughton was. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hit the like, do the subscribe, check out the playlist, all that good stuff. Until next time.